Okay, so happy Monday, happy post-summit team call night. I am super, super excited. This is the second Monday, no, third Monday of the month, and we have a lot to talk about tonight. We just came back from summit. It was our first summit as a team. I know if I'm speaking for everyone, I think it was a huge game changer, a huge eye opener for what we want, individually, what we want as a team, where we want to be in a year, 6 months from now, and a year from now. So you all asked me to really step up my game and really start providing you more insight into leadership, more insight into my processes and what has helped me gain success. So what I want to do and focus on tonight is really leveling up together. I want everyone to walk away from this call having a clear idea of where it is they need to take action and where they need to rise up and really step into that leadership role. It's so important and so crucial for us to get in the habit of gut checking ourselves regularly, because we are never going to be, life's going to happen. We're going to go through valleys. Things are going to happen. Shit's going to hit the fan. And, growth is not a linear process. It's like this, squiggly lines all over the place. So that means that we're going to have to pay attention to what's working, what's not working, in order to sort of redirect ourselves, not completely change up the game all the time. It's not about overhauling everything. It's about fine tweaking as you go along, leaning into the uncomfortable, and just literally never stop putting one foot in front of the other. Okay. So really quick, I want to share my screen and I want to shout out our girl, Leah, because I am so happy and excited because she officially hit her first official rank on her way to elite. So Team Strong at Heart, all of you had a huge role to play in this. This would not be possible without you. Like we're going to talk about, this is so not a me thing, it's a we thing. So I know Leah is very appreciative to you guys. I know that this is very exciting, and it just speaks to the kind of leader that Leah is. And it speaks to what is possible if you literally just don't stop. Like Leah has been through so much this last year, and she's been very open about it, very honest about it with our team, with her social media, about the fact that she has had a rough time here and there. But never once has she quit. Never once has she backed down or walked away or been MIA from her team. So I am just so very proud of her and proud of all of you, because I know how hard you guys have been pushing and working. Okay, so this is only the beginning, and I'm so bummed for you. Okay, all right, I'm done. I'm done. Wait, let me read the chat. I can't handle it. Yay, yes. Okay. Now I gotta get rid of it. Jesus Christ. Okay. So let me share my screen over my presentation. I'm really proud of this presentation. We got the Beachbody Blue going on. And can you guys see this? Can someone do it in the chat? Can you let me know if you can see this? Somebody? Can you see my presentation? Yeah, okay, cool. All right, so leveling the F up. All right, you guys. So this is definitely going to be an action-oriented call. There's so much. I'm not going to go over like the specifics of what happened and what was discussed at, Summit, because we all heard it. It's all on the team page. That stuff can be, figured out, whatever. What I want to talk about is, where do we go from here? What do we do with what we learned at Summit? What do we do with what we felt at Summit? And how is it that we take that and then we apply it and move forward? Okay. So first things first, what got you guys here is not going to get you there. And I think that is just so very important to say right off the bat, that where we are right now is not where we want to be. And what got us here to this point is not going to be what gets us to 2-star, 5-star, to that, what it is that we want, that big vision in our head. Okay. So that's a scary thing, but it's also super exciting. So I want you to think, if you haven't done this already, really quickly, I want you to think, like, if you could live your life anyway. If you haven't done this already, I know a lot of us pretty much did this in our Rise Up event, over the weekend. But if you came home and you haven't done this yet, and you haven't gotten really clear and allowed yourself to dream really big on what it is that if you could envision, if you could have it all, what would your life look like? That is so important. Either you do that right now or you do that tonight, you do that tomorrow morning. You make sure that in the next 24 hours, you have a clear vision of what you want your life to look like. Big picture. All right. Get really clear on what your personal vision is. And then our team vision, your team vision. Where do you want your team to be in a year? Where do you want your team to be in 6 months? Okay. And how does that fit in our team vision as a whole? So the thing is, you guys, is, like I said, this isn't a me thing, this is a we thing. So we can't become a 15-star diamond team next year by myself without each other. All right. So no, that is our goal for next year, to become a 15-star diamond team. Okay. Which means that we individually as leaders need to step up and lead our own teams to become, towards our goals of 2-star, 5-star and beyond. Okay. So I want you to think about that. So when it comes to your personal vision, do you have the Rise Up planner? Do you have a daily process? Do you have a daily system? Do you have, your affirmations written out? All of that stuff is things that you need to get really clear on and start working on right now, because those are the things that are going to become a part of your daily rituals on your road to success. Okay. So I'll touch on that in a little bit later. So why this is so important is because we talk about our why a lot, but it's really truly my vision that gets me through the hard times. It's that vision that I am working towards, of financial freedom, of living in my dream home with Nate, with him not working, like he does now, with having the freedom and flexibility to do whatever he wants and pursue his passions, of being able to be home with my children, to be, have this incredible sisterhood community that are of women that are my best friends, living that dream life, that vision in my head. That is what gets me through the hard times in this business. That's what gets me through the valleys, is leaning in on that vision. So that's what I want you guys to do as well. Okay. Yes, our why is what gets us started. That's why we're here, because we had a why and a purpose for why we wanted to pursue our health and fitness goals, of wanted to live better, wanted more. But it's going to be that vision that gets us through, the hard times. So as we go forward throughout this call, what I really want you to figure out is, where are you at in your personal journey? Where can you improve? Where, we're going to level up in all of these areas. You're inviting your, Success Club. Where have you been with Success Club? Are you playing safe? Are you playing small? Professional development. Are you doing it? Do you need to switch it up? Do you need to focus here, there, or wherever? These are the things I want you to think about as we're going throughout this call. All right. So this is the exercise, you guys. Okay. So during my leadership training, I actually saw this at New Leadership in February. And if you guys remember, I'm sure Shay remembers, maybe Allie, I don't know who else is still here. I came home with a fire under my ass, and I pretty much took this checklist and I sent it to everybody. And I said, are you ready? The thing is, you guys, this is the list. This is the questionnaire that you always need to be coming back to and asking yourself, are you doing these things? Okay? Because you need to be doing these things if you want to be a 2-star, 5-star, 10-star, 15-star, diamond coach. If you want to be the top coach that you dream and envision of being, if you want all that big vision, then you need to make sure that you become a master at doing these things. All right, so this is where I want you to take out a piece of paper, or if you are driving, I want you to, just keep these in mind and come back to this later. But so the first one is, so I want you to number 1 through 15. And all you need to do next to 1 through 15 is write a yes or a no, or a Y or an N. All right, so the first question is, are you being proof that the products work? AKA, have you completed a fitness program in the last year, in the last 6 months, and gotten results? Are you drinking your Shakeology every single day? Are you focusing on your nutrition? It's not none of us have really been in, this is my second year as a coach. And that's something that I'm constantly having to keep in mind. Am I getting results? Like, am I literally being proof that the products work? If you're someone like me and you came into this and you are someone that didn't have a lot of weight to lose, my transformation is not really weight oriented. My transformation is honestly more mental and emotional and more of strength building. So, you can still get results. Don't be fooled that you're not getting results if you have a reverse transformation like myself, where I have gotten, I'm showing muscle build. I'm showing the fact that I've gained more confidence. So there's many, many ways that you can prove that, you're being a product of the product. But you're damn sure that I drink my shake every day. I do not miss a day with my Shakeology, okay? I could be a 5 to 6 dayer, but I really go that extra mile to make sure I get it in on every, Monday through Sunday. Because I believe that consistency is what, that 1% difference is what makes me that much better. And gives me that extra edge of knowing, like, I can attest to the fact that I drink that every single day. So therefore I can expect, or, I'm leading from the front with, anybody in my challenge group and you guys. Okay. So are you being proved the products work? Is your status still active? So right now, currently, are you active with at least 50 to 90 PV? If you are just a coach right now, for those of you who are new, you need to be active. Being active means having 50 PV or higher. So $50 worth of product on auto ship every month. All right. So, but if you are an emerald or above, that needs to be 90. So Shakeology. So are you right now currently active? So you guys, this is something that we were talking about before getting on the call. It's so easy. You're going to have people go inactive, all the time in your downline. But you need to make sure that you are always active, because you can't expect other people to be active if you yourself are not that rock solid ship leading from the front, that you are always keeping in check of your shipments of your products and making sure that if something happens, you switch it up and you make sure that you get yourself active. Because you know what? Success Club doesn't count unless you're active. Come that Thursday every week, nothing counts unless you are an active status. So that is so, so important to make sure that you are checking your back office and you're checking your orders and you have things in place to make sure that you are active. Okay. Are you currently receiving a monthly subscription product? So that goes back to the active status, being proof of the product, making sure that you have something on auto ship every month. And that key piece is auto ship, so home direct. Because again, if you don't have that, nothing, all null and void, all is void, okay? And I know some people don't love Shakeology, or, maybe they can't, and this, if, say something happens and you, for whatever reason, can't afford Shakeology or whatnot, or, I don't know, you figure it out. Okay, you've got the performance stack, you've got daily sunshine, you've got the beach bars, you've got now our growing, boost line. You've got, what else? I I've been using the Ultimate Reset products. I've been using Detox. Detox right there is 50 PV. There's so many. Our apparel line now is counts towards PV. I mean, you can't do that on a monthly subscription, but there's so many ways, you guys, to make this, make it work no matter what's kind of going on. And so you just, again, it's one of those, being a CEO of your business, that is that is just the bare minimum. That is just a requirement for you. Okay. Have you completed a program from start to finish this year? So again, we already touched on this. So have you completed, we are going into Morning Meltdown. Are you committing to Morning Meltdown? Are you going to complete that program from start to finish and follow a nutrition plan and get yourself some results? Have you, if that's saying if you're coming into this as a newer coach, or if you've been a coach for longer than 2 months, have you completed something from start to finish? That just comes back to being that, proof of the product, to being credible, to being trustworthy. That's where it gets salesy, you guys, is if you're just trying to promote something that you're not actually doing, or that you can't actually attest to, because you're just sort of kind of, following a workout plan, or you're just sort of kind of following a nutrition plan. You gotta show up, and you gotta be the proof. Okay. Do you listen to the National Wake Up Call each week, live or the recording? So I will be honest, this is something I had to gut check myself with just today, because I think I missed 2 National Wake Up Calls this last, between the last 2 months. And that's not acceptable. And I had to call myself out, because I just didn't. And I can also honestly tell you that leading up to that point, I have not missed a National Wake Up Call. I think I let the excuse of traveling and just, the stress of life that has been going on the last 2 months be an excuse, but it's not. And so I am gut checking myself on that. So if you are somebody that, work, most of us work during the day on Monday at 11 a.m. when the National Wake Up Call is on, but that does not mean you can't listen to the recording. It is on the podcast app. It is recorded, and I share it to the team page every single Monday. I used to listen to it every Monday on my way home from work, or while I was making dinner. Before Nate got home, I'd be listening to the National Wake Up Call. So there's really, really no excuse, you guys. So you just have to put that on your calendar and make it happen. Do you get on team calls, live or the recording, every week? So this is something that, is so important. And let me tell you, I do understand. I get not every Monday works, because I just get that. I get that life happens, and I get people work nights, and I get people have things come up or have class and whatnot. But I also know that the people that are very serious about this business make it a point to either get on the call late, or listen to the recording the next morning or the next day, or, switch their schedule around to try and prioritize, make sure that they have most Mondays off so that they can be on live. It's just one of those things, you guys, that I know I did when I first started, when I was working nights, and we as nurses put in our schedule ahead of time. And it's just one of those things where it's just going to show that you are taking it that much more seriously, that you are making this a priority. And, again, like I said, I already know, for example, Shay's not on tonight. I already know that Shay is working the next 2 Mondays, because she's already told me. And that she is going to be watching the recording. She wanted me to know that, because she wanted me to know that she takes this seriously. So that's what I mean, you guys, is just making this more of a priority. And if you haven't yet, and if you've been on the fence and you've been sort of just kind of letting each Monday pass and not really showing up, or not really putting in the effort to try and be on live, just know that it does send a message, okay? So it's just that extra step of really, again, treating this business like your business, like you are the CEO. So making sure that you listen to the recording or that you get on live is super crucial. Are you registered for Summit? So we were just talking about this. Okay, you guys, the ticket right now is $125. Literally, that ends tonight. If you want to, okay, like this, if you're serious about your business, if you're serious about coaching, if you're gonna be here in a year, then you need to go just make sure, register for Summit. Once the 125 is over, I think it goes to 135, still a steal, but it's just one of those things. And I know, again, bringing up Shay was so scared to purchase her Summit ticket, but she knew that purchasing her Summit ticket was going to level her up. It was going to, like, committing to coming to Summit. She knew that she was going to go all in, and she knew it was going to be a game changer. So she invested in it. Okay. So just do it. All right. If you will rise to the occasion, and you will find a way to be there if you go and you invest in yourself and in your business. Okay. And I think now we have, all of us to attest how freaking crucial and valuable it is, and how important it is for us as a team. And like, just, I can't even. Okay. Are you planning to attend the next Super Saturday? Again, we will talk about this. Like, Super Saturday, you guys, live events are so crucial for your business. They are so beyond crucial. I wouldn't have met Alex if we hadn't made it a point to go to every Super Saturday. That Super Saturday event is what has allowed me to bond with my downline over the last year and a half. Being able to meet Alex, being able to meet ladies that when we went to Pittsburgh, being able to, show everybody else that it wasn't just me and this team that I'm talking about. It's me and this whole community, and look what we do and look how we support each other. It's just so important, you guys. And plus, it's giving you that leg up of learning about what's coming before it happens, hearing about the new programs, creating that FOMO, it's just one of those things. As soon as that date comes out, you put that on your calendar, and you make sure that you, again, make sure you switch around your schedule, make every point that you can to be there. Again, life happens, but if there's a will, if there's a way, make it happen, okay? Can you verbalize why you want to blank? Why do you want to be a 2-star diamond? Why do you want to be a 5-star diamond? Why do you want to achieve, whatever goal it is that is in your heart or in your mind for your business? Can you verbalize it? That comes back to like the vision. Can you explain and talk about why this matters to you so much? Because that's what's going to really, again, push you forward and get you through those valleys. Number 10, are you showing up daily on social media? It's just one of those things, you guys. I have not missed a day on social media. I know that there was one time, I think in the last, 7 months, that I didn't post. It was a Sunday, and I remember it because I messaged in our message thread that I can't believe I didn't post. And I forget where I was or what was happening. We were traveling, and somehow I didn't post, but I was on my stories. I was on my stories all day, and I didn't get a post out. You guys, it's so important to show up every day. I'm going to use Leah as an example again, because even when Leah took a step back because she was going through something really personal and really hard, she still came on at some point just to tell her audience, because she has built up that connective tissue, that trust of showing up for the last year and a half. She came and she shared with them that she was taking a step back, and that she, wasn't leaving forever, but she was taking time for her, and she was taking time to get, that she needed. And when she came back, so she did that, and so people knew what was going on. Then when she came back, people were there waiting for her. People were there like on pins and needles, wanting her, like waiting for her to come back and to support her. And that's what this is about, you guys. This is a relationship business. So you not showing up is like, think about the example I love, or the whatever analogy I love, is like, think of yourself as like a Starbucks. Okay. If Starbucks isn't open and you go to the drive-through to go through the Starbucks, aren't you gonna be fucking pissed that Starbucks isn't open? Like, out of the blue, like on a Wednesday, and Starbucks just decided to close that day. Like, you're gonna be pissed, right? And then the next day, if you come and Starbucks is closed again, when you're like, oh, it was a fluke. She'll be back. They'll be back tomorrow. They'll be open tomorrow. And then you go again, and they're still not there. Now you're gonna like go across the street to the Dunkin', because you're like, F Starbucks, like, they're not showing up, like, they're not there, like, they're always closed, like, I'm gonna go over to Dunkin'. That's exactly how this works, you guys, is like, if you don't show up and you aren't, showing people and building that trust and maintaining that trust with people, that you're not going anywhere, even when the times get tough, even when shit happens, even when you're busy, blah, 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 like, they're gonna lose faith in you. They're gonna lose faith in, like, you never know that person who's creeping from the sidelines, you might not even know they're there until they come out of the woodwork and they're like, I want to join your boot camp. They're watching. They're watching and they're waiting to see if you quit, because if you quit, then it's okay for them to quit on themselves. So it's so important, you guys. You need to show up daily. It has to be a non-negotiable. Number 11, are you posting with purpose, on purpose, and with strategy? So posting on purpose, that means, like, are you posting with intention? So it's not like, oh shit, I gotta throw up a post, let me go, throw something out. It's like, are you sharing a part of your story? Are you sharing, something of value? Are you talking about something of value? Are you, talking about coaching? Are you talking about, your boot camp that's coming up? Are you creating a call to action? Are you sharing a piece about yourself so someone can better get to know you and as part of your story? Like, it comes down to, like, knowing those 5 things about you. What are, like, for me, talking about my marriage, talking about my dog, talking about nursing, talking about, we're house hunting, working towards financial freedom, talking about, I loved, to be outdoors and things like that. So I've always been very active. So talking about any one of those things, but how am I sharing something about me that's going to connect with somebody else or be of value to somebody else? So today I talked about, the coaching opportunity. I talked about all that I've overcome this last year, in order to be where I am today. So I was sharing value to inspire somebody. So you're always striving to educate, inspire, or entertain, right? So I was trying to inspire people to take action today. So that's what I want you to think about, is like posting with purpose and posting with strategy. That comes down to kind of knowing your marketing plan, knowing what's coming out. And that, like we said, like, we know Morning Meltdown is coming. So Morning Meltdown is something that you should be talking about, whether it's in your stories or, like, in your post, creating a call to action, inviting to your boot camp. If you're talking, we just came back from Summit. So talking about coaching, talking about what this community has done for you. You guys should, at this point, you should know what I mean. But, this is just something that you get better at as you go along, and having that clear picture of your monthly, like, calendar of what's happening, when you're starting your boot camp, when you're hosting sneak peeks. All of those things is what's going to help give you that weekly focus of, what am I talking about this week? What do I really want to focus on or focus in on? And that's what's going to help you break down your day-to-day posting strategy. Okay. Did you hit Success Club last month? So Success Club, you guys, is a non-negotiable. It's just one of the, again, helping 3 people a month just is flat out a non-negotiable. You do not move your business forward. It's like Danielle Natoni, she's like, hitting Success Club is like clocking into your business. Like, it is just non-negotiable. Okay. And 3 people a month, as we know and we've heard, like, that is the bare minimum. That's that's going to maintain your business. That's not necessarily going to grow your business to that vision, to that goal, that vision that you're working towards. Okay. Did you finish a personal development book or program last month? So keyword finish. Did you finish from start to finish, or start to end, whatever, a personal development book? And not only did you finish it, but like, did you take something away from it? Did it speak to you? Did you apply it? Like, something I really want to emphasize, and I'm going to talk about this, is like, if you're not jiving, if your personal development isn't speaking to something that you actively like are struggling with or going through right now, personally or professionally, whether it's personal development or professional, then ditch it. Come back to it. Go find the thing that is going to actually serve you in this moment in your business. All right. Because there's no point in doing personal development if it's not doing that. All right. Did you successfully implement a strategy, tool, tip, or whatever from a recent training? So again, like, I am, sometimes Leah and I were talking about this. I sometimes am guilty of this, of just, I watched call after call or listen to this or, whatever, and I absorb it. And maybe even I like want to apply something or I get a nugget from it, but I don't always write it down and I don't always take action on it right away. So that's just something like being intentional. I say always be listening to personal development. I honestly am quite addicted to it. I'm just addicted to growing and getting better at this business. So I love hearing from other people, other leaders, other, coaches in this company, what they're doing. But I need being intentional with your time, being intentional with, what you're listening to and applying it. Okay. Are you actively engaged with everyone on your team? This is our last one. So this is something that I recently had to level up on, and really it's been a game changer for me. Actively engaging, aka, are you going into your boot camps every day and are you engaging with every single person that's posting? Are you checking in with your people weekly? Are you talking to your coaches daily? Are you actively engaged with your team? Because they signed up for you. All right. They didn't sign up just to sign up. They can go to beachbodyondemand.com and they can sign themselves up and do the workouts on their own, but that's not why they joined. And especially with your coaches, like, they joined for you, in a relationship with you in this community. And what is a community if your coach is not reaching out to you and engaging with you? All right. So it doesn't have to be, insane, but having that personal connection, having that, daily, weekly connection, is going to like be a game changer with developing that relationship, developing that trust, developing that longevity with your customers and coaches, so that they don't go anywhere, because they're not just here because of the workouts and the Shakeology. They're here because they're invested and they're part of something bigger. All right. So, all right, that was long-winded. All right. But this is the checklist, you guys. This is where, like, I'll share this PowerPoint in the team page, but this is something that you can always come back to. You can always go through this and gut check yourself. And if not, we'll talk about, accountability in a second, but this is what really truly is the meat and potatoes of this business. So I want you to act like the top coach you want to be. We've gone through the gut check. We've gone through, we can see the holes. We can see where we're doing well. We can see where we need to improve. Now it's time for you to take that and apply it. All right. Applied knowledge is power. Knowledge is not power. Applied knowledge is power. So now that you have the knowledge, what are you going to do about it? Right. So those no's have to become yeses. So whatever you had 1 through 15, that now is becoming your focus of where you need to improve. That is what you're going to take action on now from here on out. So if you're someone who is, not showing up consistently on team calls, not going to Super Saturdays or events, and you're not registered for Summit, those are things you get off this call and you write in your planner for the rest of forever. Every Monday, team call, 8 p.m. Eastern. National Wake Up Call, 11 a.m. Eastern, Super Saturday event, July 27th. And then, you can look up, I think, pretty much every super weekend for the rest of the year. Put that in your calendar. Put in like our retreats, put in, whatever is coming up. Like if you've heard about it, if you know about it, put it in your calendar. Make sure that you make it a point to register for Summit as soon as you possibly can, because not only for saving on the income, but you guys, it will be a game changer for your business, and it will be a game changer for our team. Your daily routine. Do you have one? Do you have some sort of system? Whether you are a morning person or not, it doesn't matter. We all can develop a daily routine, a ritual of sorts of what, when, and how we work our business. Weekly goals. This is something that I love about the Rise Up Planner, is being able to write out your weekly, you've got your yearly goal, then you've got your monthly goal, and then you've got your weekly goals. So something that really helps me is reverse engineering a large goal. So if you're someone who wants to hit 2-star diamond, so that or 1-star diamond by whatever, 2-star diamond, well, you're going to want to reverse engineer that. So first and foremost, you need to be recruiting more coaches and recruiting more people each month. Coming back to that whole Success Club thing. So your weekly goals are going to increase. Your weekly goals are going to change. So if you're someone who has been only hitting Success Club 6, or maybe you've been only hitting Success Club 10, how can you level that up? Shoot for SC 20. So then if you're shooting for SC 20, now your weekly goal is going to be to sign 2 coaches a week, signing 2 coaches a week, so that you can reach that goal of SC 20. All right. So maybe that's going to mean your invites are going to need to increase. Are you only doing 15 invites? Can you do 20? I'm pretty sure you can. Or maybe you can push for 25. It's that 10xing effort of taking what you're doing now, because what got you here won't get you there, and how can you improve? How can you do a little bit more, or do a lot more, right? So Success Club Tracker, are you using it? Every top coach I heard from that presented this weekend said that they are not above the Success Club Tracker, and every single one of them uses it. Can't tell you, that was a huge gut check. That was a huge gut check for me, because I have my planner and I do that, but having that visualization of literally every action step that top coaches take every single day to be top coaches is huge. And I'm talking about even just like making sure you're sending thank yous, making sure that you're expressing gratitude to your audience, making sure that you are recognizing people in your downline, recognizing people in your challenge groups, doing all of the things that really build on a culture that, fuels a thriving business. Okay. So if you aren't using the Success Club Tracker, now you know what you need to do. The Book of Proof in the Rise Up Planner. I love this, you guys. And if you don't have the Rise Up Planner, my monthly habit for our challenge group was to start writing out daily wins. So basically the Book of Proof is basically a weekly log of the wins, right? The little things that are actually the things that add up, are driving your business forward. So did you sign a coach? Did you sign a customer? Did did someone reach out to you and your team and tell you about a non-scale victory? Did your paycheck pay for your groceries this week? Did you, meet your invite goal? Did you, reach a goal in your own personal journey? You need to recognize the wins. You need to recognize the improvements that you're making from here on out, because that is what's going to fuel you and drive you in the day-to-day. Like, you're proving it to yourself that you're capable, and you're proving to yourself that good things are happening. And it's just focusing on gratitude. Energy really attracts energy. If you are someone that can only focus on the no's and the lack, then you're just going to draw in more no's and more lack. And this has been so true for me in my business. So And I know for me, focusing on gratitude, focusing on the daily little wins, even if it was like, I had a really great night's sleep last night, or my workout, I had gotten in a great workout today, or like, whatever it is, like write it down because it matters, right? And that's what's, helping you show up better, helping you be better, helping you be that brighter of a light to those that are watching you. Work on yourself to become a dream coach and you'll attract her. So we have to be what we want. I heard today on my podcast I was listening to, and I loved it, is you got to faith it till you believe it. Not fake it till you make it, but faith it till you believe it. So if you're someone who struggles with confidence, or you struggle with inviting, or you struggle with whatever, you have to have that faith in yourself that you are getting better, that you're going to, that you're gonna reach that goal, that you're gonna get SC20 this month, that you're going to do it, because those who believe, what's the quote I have? She's like, Gabrielle Bernstein says, those who trust in the process those who believe can afford to wait and wait without anxiety, something like that. And that is what I say to myself on like a daily basis, is like, it's okay. I don't need to be anxious, because I know I'm going to hit the goal. I know I'm going to get there. I know I'm going to do it. And if I can sit in that excitement and that peace of mind of knowing that I'm attracting what I want, that I'm attracting that dream coach, that it doesn't matter that I'm getting all these no's because I'm on my way to my yes. Like, it gives me so much more excitement. It gives me so much more peace of mind. And I'm not going into my invites with stress and tension. I'm not going into them with angst and like, oh my God, that desperation. I'm going into it with peace of mind of like meeting people where they're at. So, I jumped into that, but coming back to your habits, your daily rituals, your habits are going to compound the changes. All right. Those daily habits are what really truly are crucial. So how can you start developing your daily habits, your daily rituals? That social media audit. This is a good time now, like, to go and look at your social media. Do you have a consistent vibe? I know it sounds so ridiculous, but like having that theme, that one cohesive look and filter or whatever on all your pictures, it matters, because when people come or scroll through that feed or come to your page, if it looks like a sloppy mess and it doesn't look vibrant and attractive, then they're not even going to bother to read your caption. And I know that sounds harsh, but it's so true. So go and give yourself an audit. Look at your visual. Do you have a Lightroom filter? If not, get one. They're like $2 or whatever, and you get a bunch of them. It's so easy. And then you have a set edit for your pictures. Your content. Have you been sort of doing that throw up a post method? Or are you actually taking time to map out your month, so that way from week to week where you're focusing on with your content? Or just, even you don't even have to think about it that hard, but like making sure that when you show up in your post daily, that you're providing of value, right? And if you want to attract coaches, you guys, you got to talk about coaching. And I know a lot of you realized this weekend, and it was so awesome to see the light bulb go off. And I've seen all of you start talking about already. But this was a huge one for me too. I wasn't talking about coaching. I was leading completely and fully all with the boot camp and all with the fitness, but I wasn't getting coaches. Usually what was happening is eventually maybe some of my challengers turned into coaches, but I wasn't recruiting people that wanted to work the business because I wasn't talking about it. Okay, so you have to talk about it daily. Even if it is beginning of the month and you're inviting to your boot camp, when you're talking and inviting to your boot camp, you can still bring up the community. You can still talk about, how you wouldn't be here if you hadn't said yes to this. You can still breadcrumb coaching, and you can still talk about it flat out throughout your stories every day. Talk about what you're doing. Talk about the community, the friendships you've made. Talk about, just everything. I'm losing my train of thought. But anyway, if you want to attract coaches, you got to talk about coaching. Plain and simple. All right, and get comfortable with getting uncomfortable. Like I said, the valleys, you guys, they're gonna be there. They're gonna happen. They're gonna freaking happen. And holy shit, have they happened this year. They just are gonna keep coming. But that's the beauty, you guys. Ooh, I just hit my elbow. Is like we are going to go through valleys. Every level of this business, we're going to rise up and then we're going to dip into another valley. We're going to rise up and then we're going to dip into another valley. And you know why we go through those valleys is because we're meant to level up that much more so that we're prepared for that next peak, that next level. Like I've had to go through this ever since, I hit my 2-star, dump into a valley. And like I've been climbing my way out of it since. And now I'm finally getting up to that peak of like, all right, I'm ready for the next challenge. Like, all right, going back down into the valley. You guys, it's making you better. It's making you better in every freaking way. It's going to make you a better person. It's going to make you better in your personal fitness journey and your personal wellness. It's going to give you confidence even when you feel like shit, like it's working for you. It's not working against you. I promise. And it's going to, even when it feels like everything's falling apart, it might actually just be falling together and you don't even realize it. All right. Those people quitting, those people, that return whatever or fall off, like they might just be making room for your next rock star coach. Okay. Or it might just be because you need to level up as a leader somehow, or maybe you need to switch up your recruiting or blah. It's not about thinking about the lack. It's about thinking about, okay, what is this trying to show me? What is this trying to teach me right now? Because that's literally like how I have tried to look at everything that's happened in my business for the last, year and a half. What is the universe trying to show me right now? What am I supposed to learn from this? Like this last weekend, if for those of you who went to Summit, you know what happened. Like shitty things happen, you guys, for a reason. I know, and I shared this today with my mom. I know that was meant to happen, because that is something that I've struggled with my whole life. And if I'm going to be the kind of leader and CEO that I want to be, then I need to get better at handling confrontation. I need to get better at dealing with uncomfortable situations. So you need to take ownership, all right, for where you need to grow, and you need to take action before you know what to do. You just need to take messy action towards where you need to improve, and you're going to learn and figure it out along the way. Keith Callahan says this is a do, then learn business. So you do before, and as you do, you learn, all right? And that means failing forward. That means tripping over your feet. That means crawling in the trenches sometimes, okay? But that's what's necessary, because even when you're failing forward, you guys, you're still moving forward, all right? And accountability. This is the last thing that I wanted to touch on, because we've already seen this with our coaches these last couple months. I love our threads that have been going on, and I know that has already stepped up our accountability and our culture and our team. Just what's the word I'm looking for? Not team community, but team bonding. I don't know. But what is, Daniel and Tony brought this up, and I know some of you already talked about this weekend, but having a success partner, having that success partner, whether it's on our team or another team, that you check in with daily, okay? That is the person I want you to share your goals with. And I want you to run together, all right? I want you to share your trackers every day with each other, okay? And I want you to be a part of that daily message thread. I want us to share resources and be there for each other and run together. But then I also want, to be there for you as your mentor and your leader, and do weekly check-ins, all right? So weekly calls, you sending a reminder in your phone to send me your tracker or update me on how your goals are going, like your weekly goals. Like I want us to have that accountability with each other, because that's what's going to, you know, what they say about as the tide rises, all tide rises, all ships rise together, something like that. I'm terrible with analogies, but anyway, that's what I mean, you guys, is like, as we all like are leveling up and holding each other accountable, we're all going to improve. All right. So that's all I have. The last thing to talk about as far as like I wanted to talk about your back, you know, just like those reminders, your rituals. So I want you guys to set reminders in your phone for every Saturday and every Monday and every Wednesday to check your back office. I want you getting in the habit of logging in and looking at your downline, seeing who's projected and active, seeing, you know, are you active? Are you checking your orders? Are you making sure that all of that is set? Because tying into what I was talking about earlier, that is what is, you know, you are the CEO of your business. You need to know what's happening in your business. And so that way, you know, come Thursday or, you know, Wednesday night, you know, you don't drop rank or miss a goal because of something that you could have easily prevented if you had known 4 days prior. All right. It gives you time to like take that action before shit hits the fan. So that is all I really have. Do you guys have any questions? Anybody? I know that was a lot of content, you guys, but I hope that it was helpful, and I hope if you weren't able to like go through the checklist, that you go back and you listen to that part, or I'll share the slideshow presentation in the team page, and you go back to that page and you just look at that checklist, because it's really, really important, you guys, that you just have these things in mind of like where you need to be at and what you need to be focusing on in your daily actions for here and, you know, going forward. We're at Success Club Tracker. The Success Club Tracker, you can find it in the Coach Online office, or in, I believe it's in our team page files, or it's in the Beachbody Champions page under the files section as well. So you can find it in all those areas. And what I do is I just like save it to my phone, and then like anytime I'm like running out, I reprint one. Or Allie, I know, has like a laminate, so she just sticks one in like a laminate, and then she uses like a dry erase marker to check through on that, so she doesn't have to keep printing it out. All right, guys, any other questions? I know I'm like, my voice is like dying. I'm not used to, I'm like not used to talking this much. All right, guys, I love you all. Thank you for hanging in there, and I'm super pumped. So I will talk to you all later.